Hello, my beautiful people. How's everybody? Listen, I want to share some things today concerning the benefits of being vegan. I've been doing a podcast and I've been getting quite a few questions and, comments and whatnot concerning me being a vegan for 42 years now. And one question was put to me: what are the benefits that I'm seeing of being vegan for so many years? Okay, all right, I'm a male, and 42 years being a vegan. I'm 60 now. I started this journey when I was like 17. What caused me to get into this briefly, at 17, my blood pressure was 220 over 200, and yes, I was hospitalized because of it. And that was that life-changing experience. And a great friend of mine turned me on to the veganism, all right? Vegetarian, vegan, health and diet and all that good stuff. And that's what did it. Now, after 40 years, I have not been back. I have not cheated. I haven't, tasted some meat, desired some meat, a little bit, a little taste, nothing. When I got on the path, I've stayed on the path, and it's been good. So, to answer some of the question about what are the benefits that I'm, seeing, number one, the blood pressure has been stable for years. I mean, decades. And I checked the blood pressure several times throughout the year. Now that I'm 60, all right, that's when, this is the age where your body began to tell on you. Meaning that if you haven't been properly taking care of it, it's telling on you now. You're seeing certain situations take place with your body that you didn't have 20 years ago, 30 years ago, okay? And this is the age. Now, the blood pressure, absolutely normal. That's one. Number two, the visual looks, the way I look at 60. I share a quick story with you. The other day, I went to this shop and I was shopping, went to this store, and the young lady, cashier, asked me for my ID. And I'm like, sure, And it didn't bother me because that was her job. She needed to ID people, And I was getting some craft beer. When I do drink, it's like on the weekend, the day that I'm not working the next day, I have me a craft beer. That's it, in high quality craft beer. For those people that know, what craft beer is. So it was like a Thursday call. I don't work on Friday and Saturday. So I went to the shop, give me a little craft beer, my favorite. And this girl, she was working, she asked me for my ID. I'm like, cool. So she looked and she saw the date of my birthday, and she was looking and staring. And she asked me, she said, you were born in 1961? I said, yeah. And so she looked. I said, I'm 60. She like, what? Seriously? I said, yeah, I'm 60. She said, oh, sir, I'm so sorry. It's just my job to ask. I said, hey, baby girl, it's okay. It's okay. That's your job, to ask. She said, wait a minute. She said, you don't look like 60. What do you? I said, but I am. And she looked at the light. She said, yeah, 1961. I said, what year is this? I said, it's 2021. That means I'm 60, July 24. She like, wow. She's standing there. She said, it's no way. So she gave me the license back. She said, I'm sorry, I apologize. I wasn't trying to insult you. No. I say, hey, baby girl, it's good. I say, for you to think that you needed to ask me for my ID as a compliment. So she said, really? I said, yeah. I said, look, sweetheart, don't worry about it. It's good. I said, when were you born? She said, 97. I said, okay, you 24. She said, yeah. I said, baby, I got children older than you, married with children. I got children younger than you. Wait a minute. She said, you got children with children? I said, so you're a grandfather? I said, yeah. Oh, sir. She said, I can't take it. I just, I can't. She said, but you look so good and so young. She said, no. I said, yeah, baby girl, I'm 60. And she said, wow, she said, I don't want to overstep my boundaries, sir, but you are beautiful. I said, thank you. She said, your skin is so smooth and shiny. I said, yeah, I drink a lot of water. Okay, so that's one of the benefits. The visual results is outstanding. When you drinking the proper amount of water, drinking good water, and when you having good conversation, good people, you consuming a diet, you understand the visual effect of being on your diet, not consuming dead, rotted flesh with blood of the other animals and all of that stuff, poison, toxin, impurities. Years of that will slow the aging process down. So when you slow the aging process down, there you go. Young people say, hey, CID. And that's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's a beautiful thing. Blood pressure stabilized, visually beautiful to look at, looking young, walking around 60. People don't know it. Next thing, and this is one very important for men. Erectile dysfunction. That means it's weak. You're not able to get it up. Or if it do get up, it's like just for a few moments. It get hard a few moments. And then it's done. And you 30. Yeah, I've read reports that erectile dysfunction is now an issue in men starting around that age, maybe a little younger, it depends. But here at 60, I'm not having those problems. There are mornings where when I wake up, it wakes me up. Hey, partner, where's she at? I mean, we need something. What you doing? Wake up, it's time to get up. Like you done had that good sleep at night, reloaded. Because why? You're taking the proper nutriments. One thing that I take a lot is maca. M-A-C-A, maca powder. And maca powder is known for helping you out down there. You understand? And so that's a benefit of proper nutrition and diet. Men, you can still be getting it up. For those of you that study history, and you know that in ancient days, men and women lived hundreds of years. Now, do you think they was living hundreds and hundreds of years and the brothers walking around with just a piece of dead meat flopping around on the front of them? No, that business was working hundreds and hundreds of years. What was the difference? It was what they was doing. And also, you got to speak toward the type of food that people are consuming nowadays. Back in those days, food was absolutely pure. Wasn't no genetically modified, engineered, biogenetic, wasn't no big food corporation trying to sell you stuff and putting chemicals in the food to make you could keep buying the stuff they was selling you. It wasn't none of that. Food was pure. So, you can eat and get everything you need. All right, so blood pressure completely stabilized. The visual effects after so many years, you know what I'm saying? And the erectile dysfunction ain't none. There's no erectile dysfunction at my age, 60. And whether you believe it or not, that's on you. I'm okay with it, but I'm just telling you the truth. These are 3 major benefits of having been vegan for 42 years, and I'm absolutely 100% organically thankful that I started this journey back then, because now is where you begin to see these different issues pop up. You wake up in the morning, you're stiff, your bones, you're aching, don't feel good, so you go to the doctor, he give you a pill, and then you feel good, and that wear off, and it just goes downhill, because you don't realize that the number one reason that hospitals are filled with people is because of what they eat. Now you having these problems, and then you don't clean your system out. So 3 benefits I've told you: blood pressure completely stabilized, visually beautiful, skin is healthy and radiant, and then for men, no problem getting a hard on, no issues in that area. Now, another benefit is the sharpness of mind. That means, like, okay, you see, I'm driving out here every day, all right? I come out here every day and I watch people drive, and I can just about tell a young driver from an old driver. Well, I won't even say just about tell. I can tell an old driver from a young driver. All right? And when I roll up past them and look, yep, they old. Because the way they drive the car is the way they mind work. Slow, both hands on the wheel, looking straight ahead, timid. Everybody out here shooting down the highway, 80, 90, 100 kilometers, and you see a car over there going 60. The sharpness of mind, because why? Being vegan, it comes with knowledge and education. The reason why you're vegan, why you doing it? Because it's a fad or it's hip, it's something to do, whatever. No, you're doing it because it's something that you know. And that knowledge has caused you to decide to eat this and not that. Now, after years of that, knowledge, you constantly looking for more knowledge on the subject. And in that process, you gaining information. Okay? And in that process of gaining information, you learn so much about vitamins, nutrients, the body, the flesh, blood, muscles, hair, skin, everything. And one thing that you learn is that when you are in a cycle of proper diet, nutrition, and health, you want to clean the body out. The blood, the lungs, the kidneys, the colon. Why? Because the food creates a certain amount of waste once it's digested. And if your system is not eliminating regular, then those poison, toxin, impurities that's created from that breaking down of the food, they call it digested, it'll accumulate in your system. Well, you need to be in a cycle of cleansing yourself out at least once a month, different type of cleansers. Okay? Now, when you don't do that, the poison, toxin, impurities will build up in your system, and then it begin to circulate through your system. All right? And at a certain point, so much of that will build up in your blood vein. Now, in your brain, you have very, very small vessel, very, very small, that's moving that blood around your brain. When you get so much poison, toxin, and impurities built up in your bloodstream, and it's going through your brain, it causes your brain function to slow down. That's why you have slow reaction. The older you get, the slower you get. It's just like you go down, down, down. So you get out here in the car because you, at your age and your ability, don't want to accept the fact that it's not a good thing for you to drive because your reaction is slow, you timid, you scared. And that's what happened. When you get further down the road, they call it age, and you have not been cleansing your system, then you have brain fog. And yeah, they got a pill for you for that. You can take a pill and you keep going. For those that's like that, I just want a pill. I don't, that's too much work, You have brain fog. Well, at 42 years of being vegan, and I clean out, yes, I do. And then along with cleaning out, the diet itself is clean. I'm not consuming foods that have a lot of poison, toxin, and impurities. And if you want to eat something with those in it, poisons, toxin, impurities, whatnot, that's where your meat. Okay, you get a lot of that through consumption of flesh, because these animals running around here, they can have all type of poison, all type of toxin, impurities, and things going on in them, and they'll be all right because they structured to carry that. But when you humans eat that flesh and that stuff goes in you, and cooking, heat don't necessarily always get rid of those things. All right, so you eat them, and you eat them constantly over a period of time and years and whatnot, and it builds up in you, and you don't properly clean that stuff out, kabam, you have problems. That's the way it goes. So brain fog. I don't have no brain fog. We went over high blood pressure, none. We went over visual results, great. Look young. We went over erectile dysfunction, none. Still good heart, at 60. Brain fog, none. The next one, odor. See, I want to speak about things that could be, important to you, is odor. Yeah, odor. When you properly take care of your body and you're not consuming things that put poisons, toxins, and impurities in your system, when you sweat, you don't stink like that. It's some people, they sweat, whew, wow. All right. Then you have people that use underarm deodorant. Well, look, the reality is when you get to a point where, number one, you stop consuming those items that causes toxin, poison, impurities to build up in your system, and you begin to clean your system out, you don't have those type odors that you would need all these different type of underarm deodorant with aluminum and other things in there that soak into your skin, that soaks into your bloodstream, that does further damage to your body. You don't need all that. Yeah. Because when you sweat is a natural operation of the body that happens in order to cool the body down. When that water comes up on your skin, it's evaporated by the atmosphere, and that evaporation process causes the skin to become cool. That was the first air conditioning system ever introduced on this planet. The Creator created the human body to be able to cool itself through the process of evaporating sweat. So now you have an air conditioning system, and you push that Freon gas through the pipe. The way it started, real simple. They push the Freon gas through a real smaller pipe under high pressure, okay? Then the pipe turns into a much bigger pipe, maybe 2 or 3 times the size. This is all inside the air conditioning unit. It don't have to be real big. It's just that the smaller pipe has to be smaller than the next pipe that the gas goes into. So when that pressure gas leaves that smaller pipe under pressure, and then it goes into the big pipe and expands, it cools the air down all around it. And then they blow the air across those pipes with that cool Freon gas in it, and that's what gives you the cool air in the air conditioning system. But they got that from the human body, because when the sweat comes up on the skin, right, it comes out of little bitty pores, it builds up on your skin. From there, it is evaporated. The evaporation process causes the skin to become cool, because the surface in between the two is what is affected by the process. It's like when a glass is hot on the inside and cold on the outside. You see how the glass can sweat? That's what we're talking about. So when you care for the body properly and you eat food that do not introduce a lot of poison, toxin, impurities in your system, and you clean your system, eventually you get to a point where if you sweat for any reason, it won't clear the room out, and your underarms won't be so bad. You understand? That's another benefit of being, health conscious and consuming, foods that are mostly fruit, grains, and nuts, vegetables and stuff like that, and cleaning your system out. All right? So we've been over the high blood pressure normalized, the beauty, the visual results of better health practices, right? Not eating dead animal flesh with the blood of the animals in it. We went over erectile dysfunction, none. Still get a nice, hard on, still get mad respect in that area. And then we went on to odor. Also, we talked about sweating, okay, and we mentioned the underarm, but we got to talk about the breath too. Yeah, there you go. That bad breath. For people that do stick to that higher diet, you don't be having that bad breath, that tiger breath, that monster breath. Even in the morning, like, you wake up, sometimes some people, you smelt your own breath, like, woo, you got that monster breath. Because you done ate something, you understand, and you done ate something, you've been eating something, and now you suffer with bad breath. Now, if you don't have that thing called halitosis, I think that's the halitosis in your teeth or something, the gum problem. But this bad breath is coming up from your stomach, okay? People that's vegan, you don't go through that. And I'm telling you, I've been at this for 42 years. I've been to a lot of vegan affairs, gatherings, and there was a group when I was in the States. I used to hang out with this particular group down there in Florida, and we met every week. We would meet over somebody's house. We would bring dishes. Everybody prepare a dish, and we just eat. And then each person would talk about their particular dish that they prepare. Okay, so we was up in there. This is real nice, real nice. That's where I found out that South Africa produced some of the best vegan wine, and that's where I found out that generally they filter wine through dried cow's blood. I'm like, what? Anyway, that's another subject. But just being around so many vegans over the years, I never smelt a vegan with bad breath. And sometimes those, affairs, how you stand, you talk to each other, you can literally feel their breath blowing past your face. Well, I've never had to, like people that are not vegans, It's like they take a bite or something and it just activate all that terrible stuff they got in their system. So you don't be having a bad breath and all that kind of stuff, And you just have an overall good feeling, At the end of all of that, you can still move around, bend and twist, bend over, you understand, tie your shoes up, no problem. And, you just, hey, who want to be feeling bad and sick? Now, okay, I'm going to probably shut it down there because we're riding into the sun. Now, listen, the hospital, all right? Do you know that the greater majority of the people that's laid up in the hospital sick, they are there because of what they eat? Yep, absolutely. Just think about it. You go to the hospital, you don't see people up in there, laid up in the bed, a whole bunch of people. A hospital filled with broken bone, twisted ankle, bumps, bruises, and scrapes. Those people go there, they get the emergency room treatment. They done broke a bone. They get an x-ray. It's broke. They reset it. Then they put the cast on it. Bye. and you out at the house healing or wherever, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. You come back, they take the cast out, kabam, you good to go. Take it easy, your stuff. You get scraped, you don't go to the hospital for that. You probably fix it at the house or something, Or if you do go to the hospital, they sew you up. You understand, you know what I'm talking about. Those type situations is not situations where you get hospitalized. I'm talking about the major medical cases that you are sick. Guess what? They're there because of what they've been eating. Yeah. They laid up in there, sick like that, because of the foods that they have been consuming. Over a long period of time, never cleaning your system, constantly eating stuff that don't agree with you, eventually get you to the point of bam, you broke down with some type of medical situation. Now you got to be hospitalized. That's why all these people are laid up in the hospital. The greater majority of them is based upon what they eat. Okay, now, how do you stop that? You change what you eat. It's simple. Change what you eat. And that's the portion that can be hard for a lot of people. Changing what they eat. Wow. Well, anyway, I wanted to just give you those few, positive results of improving the food choices, getting away from flesh, animal, and that means no eggs from the chicken, no cheese from the cow milk or what have you, no bacon from the pork, pig, those type things. Any type of animal product that they produce or any type of derivatives of animal products, not eating it. 42 years. And I'm happy now. I'm really thankful that I chose that. When you young, man, you can eat a bag of nails. Arr, no big deal. You try that stuff and you get 60 to 80, boy, you wouldn't even get through the bag. You be killed over and died. But you understand the point I'm making, You understand the point. So it just gave you those thoughts. Somebody asked me and I figured I'd share them, and there we go. So anyway, this has been your brother Nubian King over here in Israel, driving up here to work, talking about veganism early in the morning. What time is? I like to put the date on the video. The time is 7:13 in the morning. Today is Wednesday, December 15th. The year is 2021. That's when we did this. You see that early sun, all these cars running around here, everybody trying to get to where they going. Everybody acting like they want to be there first. Everybody driving like they want to be there at the same time. But nevertheless, this has been Nubian King talking about the results, benefits of veganism. Yeah. Take care.